Michelle Gwatimba left the bustle of Zimbabwe's capital Harare to work at her late father's tobacco farm. Today, she mostly employs women, any of whom have survived gender-based violence. This is her inspiring story.
As the sweltering morning sun beat down on them, about half a dozen young Zimbabwean women stack green tobacco leaves into sheaves. Another group, some with babies on their backs, load the harvested crop onto a tractor. 36-year-old Michelle Gwatimba is the pioneer of this small farm, about 200 kilometers north of Zimbabwe's capital, Harare. She explains what inspired her to defend the women, especially those who faced gender-based violence.
We realized that in the settlements around the farm, where we get most of our staff, there was a lot of GBV. We'd be hearing a lot of stories. There was a lot of women who would then come to us asking for food or for shelter or somewhere to run away from. Because I don't know, an idle mind, is a devil's workshop. So we ended up just employing all of these women until we then came, my team and I came up with a strategy that says in every project that we do, either it's tobacco, either it's the soybeans, maize, whatever we're doing here, we try our very best to make sure that the staff complement is at least 75% and the 25% is the men for the heavy lifting.
In 2019, Gwatimba took to farming after leaving a lucrative job in Harare as an IT professional. Being one of few women in the tobacco industry was intimidating, yet it was rewarding at the same moment. The rise of women in Zimbabwe's tobacco farming industry has been great in improving the quality and quantity of the crop. Zimbabwe is witnessing a new wave of young farmers taking up tobacco farming after over 2 decades since the chaotic land reform program that dispossessed thousands of white commercial farmers. Tobacco is one of Zimbabwe's biggest cash crops. It constituted about 12% of the southern African country's total exports in January. Most of the growers are contracted by private companies to produce the crop and receive seeds, fertilizers and chemicals to help boost output.
Once we have more women in the space, I feel like more can be done. It builds our economy. It takes a lot of families out of hunger and desperation. All of it has a domino effect. We produce more and the economy flourishes.
Growing tobacco has traditionally been the preserve of commercial farmers, predominantly men. While more females are taking it up, they find it difficult to access loans from mainstream banks and are often forced to borrow from loan sharks. The government has created the Land Agricultural Development Bank, intended to offer financial support to farmers. But there is more that needs to be done to support the livelihood for those who survived violence. Bureau Report, WION World is One.